The first thing that you will need to do is break your big piece of clay into smaller pieces. Make sure you think about how many colors you are going to want and break it into enough pieces to make those colors. In my case, I want 4 colors, so I'm breaking mine into 4 pieces that are about the same size. Next, I will roll a ball between my hands. Notice that I keep my hands flat and keep the clay between my palms. Next, I'm going to squish the ball into a cookie. I try and squish it between my fingers instead of against the table so that it doesn't get stuck to the table. Next, I will lay it down on the table and I will color it using whatever color I would like my clay to become. In this case, I will use purple. Sometimes we call this step of dyeing the clay frosting the cookie because it looks like you are frosting the piece that you had just flattened down into a cookie. Next, we will fold our cookie into a taco with the color on the inside. Then we will squish it into a ball and continue to squish it until the color spreads throughout the clay. If you want to make your clay a little bit darker, you can flatten it out into a cookie again and add more marker. It is important to note that you will not get this clay to be completely dark colors. It will always have a little bit of a pastel look to it. Repeat these steps until you have colored all of the pieces of clay. When you begin working on your clay alien pal, you might want to start by rolling a ball. A ball is a nice shape to start with, and you can easily pinch it into many other shapes like ovals, squares, or rectangles. In my case, I will use it to be the head. Next, I'm going to roll some smaller pieces of blue clay between my hands so that I can make them into eyeballs. With this clay, all you need to do is push 2 pieces together and they should stick very nicely. I will continue to add details onto my head. You might notice that the eyes don't have a pupil yet. The pupils will be the very last thing that I add to my project, along with any other facial details. I continue to roll and shape the pieces for my body. I will also add arms. Last, I will add the feet to my creature. Once I have added the feet on, I want to make sure that my creature is able to stand up. Standing up is something that sculptures do that is different than other forms of art. This is what makes a sculpture 3-dimensional. You can see that my sculpture was able to stand up, so now I'm going to add some last details to it. Using my black marker, I will add the pupils. The pupils are the black dot in your eye. If you want to, you can also leave a little shiny spot in the eye. Last, I will add on a mouth for my creature. I carefully draw the mouth on. If you're finding it hard to do this when the clay is still kind of wet, you can wait until your clay has completely dried and then draw the mouth on. It is up to you to decide. Once you have finished all of your details, be sure you stand up your project so that it can dry standing up.